What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Universim Season 5. So here we are, just checking the minister out to make sure I'm not missing anybody I actually want to be working. Of course, that'd be embarrassing. And we do have a substantial amount of water pumps going along the coast there, but this is why I use the largest body of water, because you are going to need that many, if not more, and it's best to have them in one place, so at least I know when I need to top up the ocean. I don't know, ocean or lake. I'll let you decide. I say ocean because it's so large, but yeah, it's a case of topping it up when it's required. Not too often, because there is a large amount of water there. And then also, as soon as we get to the space age, we'll have the hydro collider to top it up for us should we need to. Chucking down a load more parks just to make sure that one, nobody gets sad or turns into a convict, but also to make sure that the negatives for the planet are remaining. Negatives, of course, being the actual pollution itself. Right, time for barracks, and this time I'm gonna put them around strategically, I think, or I hope. So one on each corner of my current setup. So the idea is that wherever the exiles come and attack from, there should be at least 10 military infantry ready to come out and defend. We obviously will have towers as well, defensive towers, more important than previous, because again the exiles are always aggressive and they will continue to be so. These buildings, the barracks, won't build yet because we haven't unlocked or have any cement, and they do require cement, of course. But just to get them down, cement's coming up on the list for the research. I think it's about 2 or 3 off. So as soon as it finishes, we'll get them built, and then as that's being made, we will get these built also. Once they are built, I can then start extending around them a little bit. So you can see here, behind that and into that desert there to the left, I can start using that area a bit as well, hopefully, because I'm confident that the infantry will be able to defend anything that's coming in to attack. I might even try and chuck down a defensive tower as well, or I could just go with the simpler option of when we get the defense minister, just letting that nugget sort out where they go, because they put loads down anyway, so I wouldn't be too worried. Okay, so we'll do a cheeky expedition while we have the people to do it, the nuggets to do it, just to get some of the discovery points in as well. Now, I believe, and we'll see later as an example, but I believe there is actually a huge fix gone in for the discovery points, specifically coming from schools and theatres. But when we get to that, I'll highlight it better, because for me, it's never actually worked properly before. But let's look at that when we get there. For now, I'm going to get an expedition going just to give us some points, because there are, I think, 4 of the discovery point researchers, the yellow ones, that I haven't done yet, so I'd like to just get them done and out of the way. So once the research table is complete, I don't have to go backwards and start looking at all the stuff I didn't do. More stone refineries going down and a wood refinery going down, just to make sure that the planks and the bricks do not run out on us. We have plenty of the raw resources. We just need some nuggets to get them converted over, because bricks are going to get very, very in demand, let's put it that way, very shortly with the upgrades coming in. Chucking down the stone mine as well, because although the labourers, the nuggets, will continue to rip down every tree they see, they're not as good or as quick at getting the stone. So this is a nice 6,000-ish area for stone that the nuggets working here will just get that resource. And obviously with that, that means that we are able to keep the bricks coming in as well as the planks. So an exile casting a meteor on us here. I went a bit premature here. I should have waited until nearer the time. Luckily, these dome bubble things stay up for a long ass time. I don't know what the timer is on them, but certainly longer than what this timer is, the 1 minute 13 seconds currently, and counting down. I don't imagine they'll be able to do anything with the bubble being so big. You'd normally find, because the meteors come in on a diagonal sideways angle, tall buildings can get hit if you're not careful, but because we're not at that stage yet, we're still medieval, none of the buildings are tall enough to poke out of the dome, and therefore nothing should take any damage. I'm coming in, we'll soon find out. Yeah, that's a big dome. There was the main meteor. We're not going to get any resources from that or the lucky box, but there we go. No injuries, no deaths. Job's good and move on. Just looking at the quests as well. So far, I haven't missed one. The Gone Green I can do whenever I want, but the others are coming in time. The Sitting on Power or Powder is the one that is next, I believe, but we need to have the discovery points to unlock Gunpowder for that. Shouldn't take too long, but yeah, I'm going to try and finish them just to see if there's an achievement as well. Again, I'm not sure on the Highlander side because I've not had any information from anybody yet. But for now, I just want to see if I can do it. I'll maybe concentrate on the events then after the fact. Cement factory being researched now, so they're going down. I'll put 2 down, I think, just to make sure that we've got a decent income coming in. We've got 4 barracks to build, and then there will be some upgrades coming out shortly as well. But the barracks are the priority. We've also got an overloaded team and yet another wolf attack. But to be honest, with the few guard towers on the entrances, I'm not sure the wolf attack will be that big of a problem, he says. I am loving, by the way, I'm using all of my spare creator points for trees and keeping the city fully built with trees. Now, yes, there is the downside to that every time I want to build something, they have to rip out the trees to do so, which is why our wood is quite significant in terms of a gathered resource. But that's a small price to pay for the fact that I think it looks a lot cooler, personally, and it's also doing the planet good. So just going around now and spreading a lot more eateries around, making sure that we get this food converted over, and the liquids too, because the liquids from an eatery are better than the water from the reservoirs. It also lasts longer. But yeah, I think visually it looks a lot better. IMO, please let me know your thoughts. Yep, and I did that again. More families, more babies, more nougats. Briefly mentioned at the start, but we now have a defence minister, so that should start popping up some guard towers for us and making us extra safe. Remember that every exile seems to want to attack us. That's by design. They're all aggressive, and to be honest, because they are and the way it is, when I'm building near them, I just carry on. So normally you get the thing that warns you that it's going to make them angrier. I don't care. I'll make them angry. If they come at me, I'll kill them. And if they upset me, I'll wipe them off the face of the planet. Or at least that's the plan. At the minute, though, military-wise, that's not what they are for. They are specifically for defence. It is a defensive setup for the infantry in the barracks. If I'm to do any offensive, it will likely be with the spells. UFO coming in there. And there he is. And access denied. Wrecked. So as we come over, I'm actually bringing back the box from that UFO, and I just wanted to show you that when I look at this one, so that bottom item there, item 3, the box glows with a green aura of vitality. Now, vitality's life, but I don't know. So for me, that, unless anybody tells me different, is no. That's that poison thing, I think. So I scrap that one. I'm not risking it. Again, the poison's not the end of the world. I've got some points to cure them, but I'm trying to figure out which ones are which so that we learn moving forward. I want to know exactly which one's going to blow up, which one's going to poison, and which ones are going to either increase or decrease your creator points. Time to put down the courier huts. Now, I'll be honest, I'm finding it a bit more difficult because there's so many trees about, so there's a negative. But also, I'm not entirely sure I thought about this when I was building, and it's a bit on the wonk. So, that means that I might not be able to put them around like I normally would. But if I get enough labourers, I'm not too worried anyway. As soon as we get the vehicles, they'll be moving around with a bit of speed. Remembering that there are a lot of these nuggets that are by design very quick anyway. And I did figure this out, by the way. So using this second screen here, if you click to order a specific item, it doesn't give you one like it originally thought, and I couldn't figure out how to get it up. It automatically orders from this screen here on the next refresh. Now, there is no way of stopping it from picking stuff that... You can see there, actually, the third one on the Mall on the Bear, it says ordered. So that's what it does. It automatically orders, but there's no way of telling it not to do the bad ones, and the bad ones being are taking your people or giving you diseases, etc., etc. So be warned, that is how it works. That is what it's supposed to do. And it will give you some disasters or various other things, so just look out for that. But it just makes it easier, so you know if you need a resource, you can just tell it to keep doing it over and over again. So jumping forward a little bit, we can see there that all the engineers need upgrading, but I'm not doing that yet because that is a massive resource sink that I'm not sure is necessary. And we can see the barracks have all been completed. I think 3 of them actually. But they're also stocked up with Newgots as well. So we have a form of defence. Whether it will work is a question that we'll have to wait and find out when we actually get attacked. I believe it will. They automatically leave as soon as there is something attacking, that be exiles or the wolves. But of course, they walk from that location to said attacker, which is why I've tried to surround the entire city with them. The idea being that wherever I get attacked from, a barracks should be reasonably close. Again, it's science. We'll figure it out. Just getting down another iron mine because we did have one recently that capped out. And that is a nice juicy amount there. 3,000. 2 to 3,000 is a nice one. It's not very often you get above 3,000. Certainly not that you can place anyway. Expedition nearly finished. Again, remember this is only a first one, so it's the 10 nuggets though. I've only got 9 because I lost one. Never mind. I'm sure it said 8 on the side there, but anyway. Fire in the background, and that is our rehabilitation centre is on fire. I'm not sure what's going off there. Maybe we've got an arsonist. Bit aggressive. Nevertheless, there were fire brigade there though, but they obviously weren't doing a very good job because I've had to step in. Never mind. And there's as you can see, there's actually a guard tower behind it that has collapsed. So I'll get them to rebuild that as well. Oh, it was just on the outskirts, that's why. So yeah, we'll chuck down an additional fire station here, and that will solve that problem. And there you just saw the pop-up, the team has arrived. 194 discovery points currently. Let's see how many more we get from the expedition. 196 to 285, so about 90. 89, whatever that is, difference. It's okay. Right, we're under attack. So let's go and have a look exactly where and how we are defending this. They are attacking... Oh, never mind. So yeah, that worked. They're our guys. They're coming back to the barracks, I believe. Yes, we're under attack again on this side. Yeah, so they are working. I mean, we've got bow, it's bow versus bow, and you can see we lose one. Funnily enough, it looks like before they die, they lose the helmets. So that when they go down to half health, they lose the helmet, and then when they get attacked again, they die. That's interesting. Right, I'll just start them back up. And it's definitely working right. Our military are going out to defend. We have a tower there to defend should anyone get closer, but the Nugget military are meeting them sort of halfway, which they're not actually getting anywhere near our base. So far that would be classed as successful, I would say. We've unlocked a bridge, and you know how excited I get about that, as long as they're useful. Now, spoiler alert, I am going to try and build a bridge for the entire length of that ocean from one side to the other, but it's so far, in fact, it makes it that they don't use it. So I'm not going to put that in. You need to, at least when you put the bridges down, use some sort of brain power around it, because I didn't. This one here is just to take a shortcut over that little bit of water there. That does work nicely. But in terms of going around this ocean, it seems that it's quicker just to go around the edges for them, because we have various different satellite bases and warehouses going up the side of it. So the entire length will not work. So you can see from sort of this area, which you can see I'm saying no, but I don't know why I'm saying no, because it doesn't actually matter. But yeah, from there right across over to where they are, and I do knock them down to make it work, but that does not work. So I'm not going to leave it in. It took like hundreds of resources as well, but I make a better one. And coming back after that catastrophe to put down the actual bridge that makes sense, and that is from here to here, and it cuts out all of that going around the outside there, like so. So that whole length there of that ocean, I built one and ripped it down. It didn't work, as I said. So got the resources back, or some of them at least. But yeah, that's how I'm gonna do it. And then probably getting one across here if I can, going straight across it, would work nicely, I think. That is really on the wonk. That's much straighter. Yes, there we go. And that allows us to have access over the water in the actual relevant areas, and not just a really long one, a really long bridge for the sake of it that doesn't actually achieve anything. So over to that other side, and this is the side of the ocean where we've just put that new bridge in and the old one that fell down. Just starting to build some infrastructure over here. This is all very close to the X-Isles, but it shouldn't matter because, as I said, they're already aggressive, so they can't get more aggressive, I don't think. We'll chuck a law enforcement police station over here as well. This area, because it's nice and clean and fresh for the desert, it means two things. The first one being that we're going to have some resources here, likely oil and gas, for sure. There is also quite a lot of mountainous edges around, so we should be able to get some iron as well. But also it means that we just have nice clean land that I haven't built trees on yet, where we can build some of the larger factories. And it's not too far away from where... Another meteor. It's not too far away from where we are actually already built up quite decently. You can see there is actually a lot more fishing huts gone down as well in that gap, that they're not being stocked because we are struggling for nuggets again. But of course, it just means that I put one in, as in force one nugget in. I'd rather have one nugget working there than just labouring. I'm not going to fill them. I'll let the minister do that. But you can see here that they're trying to attack that barracks. Now, I'm not actually sure if they're attacking that barracks with the meteors as like a strategy, AI strategy, because that's a good defense for us, stops them attacking every time. Or is it just random? I'm not sure. If anybody knows the answer to that, towards the AI, because for me, you just go right for the centre of the city, right, and do as much destruction as possible. But we'll chuck a dome up, and I'm not worried at all. Again, at this stage of the game, because none of the buildings are very tall, these sideways meters don't cause too much of an issue. Though I would really love to have a little attack back. So the question is, you drop a meteor on them, and then with whatever points I've got left, I'm going to try and use the lightning strike to break through the... No, it didn't work. I was hoping that that would do enough damage to break the shield, and then the meteor strike could do some significant damage on them. But actually, 450 creator points did nothing. Or at least nothing that was visible, anyway. That bridge below, you can see, hasn't been built yet. It's being built, but it hasn't been. But when it is, that will make this new area a lot closer to our main settlement. And as such, will be a vital part, because this is where likely the steel factories will go once I get them. I don't think I've... No, I haven't. I haven't unlocked them yet. But when I get them, that's where they will go. Okay, well, we are getting at time now. I'm just going to check on the ministers while we are here, because I'm pretty sure I've unlocked a few that I haven't assigned. After we check, obviously the hospital needs upgrading, but we can get to that. It's not a problem. Yeah, there's 3 there. Architecture, health, and electricity that we need to get down, or energy. So, yeah, we'll get them in. But we are at time now anyway, so thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, please click like. Any comments are welcome as always. Subscribe for more. Take care. Goodbye.